Candy Teeth Radio, episode 16.
Yes.
16, man.
16,
we're getting there.
I know. I like it.
Yeah.
It's going fast.
I thought it was 15. 16?
This is 16.
Nice.
Chris Cruz, our guest for the last episode. Thanks for filling in, Chris.
Yeah.
Sitting with the crew.
That was cool.
Yeah, man. It's real good to be back.
Yeah. It's been going for a while. I've been far away.
Yeah, man. It's a real beautiful place down there on St Croix. We kind of instantly fell in love with the land. The people, man, they're so chill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody has this way of kind of connecting, and you make a quick eye contact with everybody and kind of give them a head nod or a little, tip of the hat, what's up,
Right.
depending on the situation. And, a lot of people are kind of almost difficult to understand. They're still speaking English.
But you gotta listen hard.
Oh, you gotta listen hard. And they're trying hard to talk to you, too.
Right.
Because you'll watch the same people, they're real verbal chameleons. Because there's a lot of different influences, a lot of different cultural influences. Mm-hmm. And so people kind of shift the way they talk depending on who they talk to. Mm-hmm. Very easily. And so you'll have one conversation right next to you and you won't really understand them, but you think it's still English.
Yeah.
And then they'll talk to you and you can hear everything much better.
Whoa,
Yeah, it's
weird.
cool.
Interesting.
A lot of Spanish influence.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, speaking of, in Candy Teeth Radio going global, we had a listener from Dominican Republic. So, hey, Dominica.
Yeah. What do they speak there?
Predominantly Spanish.
Hola.
They know English, though.
I know. I'm just trying to. We were looking at the map earlier. We saw we had some listeners in
Poland.
Poland, yeah. What's up, Poland?
What's up, Poland? I don't know how to say hello
In Polish?
In Polish, no.
No.
No, minus.
Yeah, you could just do it in American.
Yeah.
And there's somewhere else too. Where was?
Oh, Japan. I think we had a check-in from maybe Taiwan. Might have been Taiwan. Japan or Taiwan.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting a few
Somewhere
little,
else.
Yeah, blips on the international.
Yeah. Hello out there.
So if you're listening to us, keep listening.
Hello out there. Candy teeth. Candy teeth. Oh no, the little baby lamb.
What else is going on there?
Oh, in St. Croix, man, it's real cool. There's some very distinct neighborhoods. The whole island is broken up into neighborhoods that aren't super large. The entire island is about 27 miles long by 7 miles wide, so it's pretty small.
Okay.
And a map has all kinds of different neighborhoods. Mm-hmm. Some are pretty big, a couple big cities, but most of them are just kind of residential neighborhoods. And there's so many corner markets. There's little corner markets all over the place, and not a whole lot of grocery stores or supermarkets. Those are few and far between.
Yeah.
And but there's some cool organic farms, man. I got driving the rental car around, right? Mm-hmm. We pick up this rental car. There were 7 miles on this Kia. A little Kia Rio. 7 miles on it.
Yeah.
And I took that. When I returned it after a couple weeks, I had 370 miles on the car on a 27-mile island.
Yeah.
Just doing loops,
Yeah.
driving all over, going through the rainforest, man. Going through the rainforest, crazy bumpy roads to go to organic farms.
I'm sure
to
they're
get all
really
the food.
stoked taking the Kia on the rainforest road.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Like, I put about 370 miles on this fucker, and you might want to check the undercarriage.
What were you doing?
The organic farm.
Why were you driving around?
Oh, some transportation. Transportation picking people up from airports or somebody had a lost bag. Don't ever check a bag, man. Multiple people that check bags, they just kind of disappear. Yeah. Sometimes for days or weeks.
Yep. I always like it because they bring it to you, though. They didn't bring it to you? They didn't bring it to them?
I think maybe they could have, but there was a limited amount of time that we were still going to be at the place, and
right.
We just got the bag.
Yeah, get the bag, and then it had all the expensive things were missing out of it probably.
No, everything was intact.
Oh.
Yeah, mostly organic superfoods.
They're like,
you can keep this kale.
Yeah. No iPads.
Yeah, no iPads to this one. Oh, but then, the return trip got a little more interesting. But I'll get to that a little bit later.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Some of the things I really appreciated about St. Croix in general is that the history was really interesting. They had 7 different flags, 7 different countries claimed them to be theirs.
Whoa,
but
okay.
there weren't many actual battles. Like, most of it was done with financial transactions and stuff. And so they would have, maybe like they'd be British,
Right.
because all of a sudden they have the Queen, and then England would basically sell them to a different country.
Right.
So like, oh, guess what? Now you're French.
Yeah.
New Flag Day.
Yep. Like,
And
whoop.
you know what? We'll throw in St Croix for you now. Huh?
Right.
Wait, how's that sound for you?
Totally. That was what was going on.
Uh-huh.
And they were just like,
And then
a
they
little
just
chip
mail
on the
them,
table.
mail them a bunch of flags.
Like a new piece of paper.
You belong
like,
to us now. Now you are French.
Right. And Christopher Columbus landed there one time. He landed there in 1493,
It was like-
one year after he just supposedly discovered America.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Or maybe right before. And they sent him packing. Like, he set foot on one spot. There's only one monument on the whole beach.
Yeah.
And, like, that's the one spot he set foot on the island. And they're like, nope. The West Indian people are like, get out. Go. And they sent him packing.
Nice.
Wow.
Those West Indian?
Yeah.
So they're tougher than natives?
Yeah, I guess so, man. They just call them West Indians. They're, like, really dark-skinned people. And
They're like, no,
yeah.
Whitey. Hit the road. Hit the water road, buddy. We heard about you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Doesn't take. Yeah, in a year they heard.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't take that long.
Well, what about smoke signals?
Yeah.
Though I don't really know Native American Indian. But I think it says...
Don't trust that dude.
Don't trust that white dude in that boat, man. He's
Yeah,
dirty.
no matter what.
He's
man.
claiming some shit.
Yeah, it's a beautiful land, man. Point Udall is the easternmost point in the whole United States. And so when you go out there and you watch the sun rise over the water, you see that sun for the first time of any American.
Whoa.
Like, you see the very first sunrise of any of the American territories, right, at that one, like, lookout.
Nice.
Wow.
And it's really epic, man. And it was the really special thing right there is we got to share this experience with just one other couple and one other dude. Were the only people that were there. So, like, 5 people. We kind of shared this moment together. But these 2, I think they're frigate birds. They
Frigate?
have a swallowtail,
Yeah.
but they're, like, big. So they have 2 long feathers on the back,
Uh-huh.
but they're the size of a large seagull.
Weird.
So they're like a seabird with this long double tail.
Yeah.
They just swooped in to watch the sunrise with us.
Wow.
They kind of like flew in like further off than we could go, where it was like a cliff and really windy, and then like hovered in the breeze, in the like gusting wind.
Right.
you
Yeah,
know,
it stayed in one spot.
and stayed in one spot and just kind of soared for a little while. Watched the sunrise about as long as we did until it really stopped getting dynamic and it broke and like the colors really mellowed out a bit. And then they just flew out. Like about the same time we lost interest, they did too. So this pair of birds, I guess it's a thing for them too. It's like, hey, check this out.
Yeah.
Cool. And then you
All
just
right, let's go get some fish. Let's go get some frigates.
It's go time. Let's go to work. That's cool.
yeah.
Looks beautiful.
So, I think the cool game would be to be like, all right, you go there, right? Watch the sunrise, right? Okay, then you try to race to, like, the westernmost point of Alaska. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I
see
have
the
the
sunset.
longest day.
And, like,
Oh, I see.
see if you can catch the sunset.
Nice.
See the, be the first to see the sunrise and the last to see the sunset.
That's all
In
I
one
got.
day. I
Yeah,
wonder if that
on
would
the same
actually
day.
be possible.
It's like a on your own plane type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
however...
go direct.
You're all, let's go.
Yeah.
Just me and you, son.
That's what I'm
just
saying.
looking at the sun. Ooh.
Just racing.
Every sun song playlist. Wow, I'm into it. I got a new goal.
See?
I gotta get
It's
a.
cool, I mean, you gotta stop to refuel probably a couple times. But
I gotta get a plane license.
yeah, then a plane.
Ooh,
Yeah, then a
I'll
plane.
just get a drone. And just get a GoPro and just be like, yeah, it's like I'm there. I'm following the sun.
That's lame. Then you don't get to listen to the Sun playlists.
Yeah, dude, I'll listen to it the whole time on my computer while I'm watching my drone. My drone's gonna have a gun on it though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You'll be like watching Nightmare Before Christmas or
Oh, instead of watching the drone?
Yeah, be like, you'll have it programmed to like just give you the highlights at the end of the day.
This mountain was cool. I almost hit this bird.
I almost saw a goat.
Yeah, I saw this mountain goat. Watch this. I dipped on him. Watch this. Yeah, let's go by. That's pretty funny. I saw some kind of commercial for a movie or something, but it was a whole bunch of those drones, and I've never thought about more than one drone in
like
my
in a
life.
like a swarm of drones.
That's the
scary.
Scariest shit you will ever see.
Dude,
when it's all
a really big net,
and they're just looking for your cell phone. You know what I'm saying? Like there's 80 of them looking for your cell phone when they have guns on them.
No, it's the Matrix.
That's real life. That's real life.
They're sentinels, dude.
That's one of the scariest things ever. And you seen those dog robots from the army?
Oh, that thing's intense. Yeah,
that's weird.
Yeah, that's what we see. So there's one that's way better than that. And then when there's 8 of those looking for your cell phone with guns on them,
the real ones are like,
it's like the scariest thing ever. And they're like, it'll be good for to carry our guys' backpacks. Not to just send them out chasing the shit out of people and just killing them.
And the thing is like, you know, you said it's like the ones that we don't know about are way better. You know, it's like the one that we know. It's like they feed that one.
Yeah.
So those other ones.
Yeah, write that off.
Project Werewolf was a success.
Throw in this hammer.
Like they didn't even have a hammer. All the time in the cartoon when they're fucking working on the car, they got like a saw and a hammer.
Yeah.
Like what? You know, you can draw some other tool. So I got something. This is a common thing that people have heard, and I heard this as well. You guys know in some places that it's illegal to collect your water that rains on your house?
Yeah. Of course.
That's crazy, man.
Why? It's the government.
You're right. It is theirs. I'm glad you brought that point up because that was where I was going with this whole thing. Get in line, America.
That's a weird thing.
It's super weird. And it doesn't make any sense either because there's nothing about it that, fucks with water conservancy or like that I can see.
There's no reason.
Yeah, there's no. It's crazy. But I was.
So when you say this is illegal, do you mean that they're actually going to be like fining people for collecting the rainwater or like issuing them tickets?
Yeah, dude, they come over with like a SWAT team. They like kick your rain barrels over. Like it's like like the back in the Prohibition when they like find your spot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they come in with the axes and chop up your oak barrels and shit, light it all on fire and take you to jail. No, they just chop off your hand.
Yeah. Don't do that again.
I'm not really sure what they do. And because I looked it up, and I heard that here in Washington it's illegal, and so I looked it up to see, what would be the consequence, and that kind of thing. What do they do to you? It's not illegal.
What?
No,
I thought it was.
No, common misconception. Actually,
it's not illegal. You just get fined.
No, it's not. It's not nothing. Do whatever you want. Collect your rainwater. Washington Department of Ecology website. I just looked at it.
Oh, you're trying to get people in trouble.
Oh. No. I was just looking.
Oh, wait a minute. You're making breaking news? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, this is...
Oh, this is breaking news.
It's not breaking. This
breaking news. It's okay to collect your rainwater. Just keep doing it.
But I thought the whole thing we were just talking about is it was illegal.
I know. It is in some places, but here, it's not.
Oh,
I thought that it was.
Breaking news.
Yeah, here we go. After years of legal limbo, rain barrels are now okay in Washington State. This is 2011, this article that I'm reading, so...
it's been okay for a while.
Yeah, it said in 2009 the Department of Ecology passed the law that said it was all good. It's actually interesting, though. There's a lot of people that didn't want to have it happen, and like... There's really people out there that are like spending their time, trying to like fight these people.
Fight against it?
Yeah, that want it to be, you know, the government's water.
What?
Yeah.
Weird.
Isn't that weird?
Those people are weird. It's not the government's water.
No.
It comes out of the sky. Shut your mouth.
Or if you open your mouth while it's raining, then you owe the government some water.
Plus, what's really anybody's anything? It's all paper.
Yeah, man, it's all conspiracy.
It's all paper, man. Who really owns anything?
You know, and like, you know why they want the water? Because like the paper, what kills paper, man? Water.
Or fire.
Well, yeah, but they own that too. You know, if you
Paper
know,
kills rot.
I heard that if your house burns down, that you owe the government some fire.
Ooh, the government's into that fire.
You get the fire tax. No, that's not real.
That's not real.
Unless it is.
Oh, I got a crappy special edition. Special.
I'm so excited about whatever you're going to tell us.
Special edition. Local news.
Local news?
It's a short one. It's a short one.
Local news.
Special edition.
Special edition.
The special edition of the local news is that I went to Puget Sound Pizza. It's a local pizza joint, right?
That is newsworthy.
Yeah, well, it's local in Tacoma. It's like top news. So I went there to get my breakfast. That's $4.78 because I get it like an old man every time, right?
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
And it's a huge pancake and then 3 eggs, right?
Wow.
Yeah, it's a deal.
That's a
screaming deal.
That's a screaming deal.
It's the cheapest breakfast in Tacoma.
Does it have the potatoes, too?
No.
Oh.
You know, I don't need no stinking potatoes. I just need that pancake and that syrup.
Just till it's soaked in the syrup.
Oh, shut up. So listen.
Okay.
So I go to the door. Yeah, it was me and Chris Cruz. We rode our bikes down there.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were little kids. I met him halfway style. Ooh, meet you at Frisco Freeze. And then, so we rode down there and we're just going to breakfast. Like that's our whole goal. And we go to the door and there's a note on it that says, PSP will no longer be selling breakfast and won't open until 11 o'clock a.m. And my whole world just changed. That's where I always get that $4.70. I hope I said 78 cent breakfast.
You did it earlier.
Nice.
That's horrible too because you went all the way down the hills and now you're trapped downtown and you want breakfast.
Trapped downtown and we wanted breakfast so bad and we were just going from place to place like, what about this? What about this? We ended up at the Harmon.
I was going to say you had to walk all the way back up the hill to the Harmon, yeah.
We went to the Harmon. No, we went down to the Harmon.
Oh.
And
Ooh.
And
all the way.
Yeah, we just kept going. Chris was kind of leading at that point. And then paid $14 or something instead of $4.
Mm-hmm.
But
how's the pancake?
Not like I'm frugal.
How's the pancake?
It was good, but PSP's was better.
Is it smaller?
It was smaller.
Mm-hmm. For $14, it should be like 3 times as big.
And the waitress...
You should get like a dozen eggs.
Yes. I'd be into that, too. Just sitting there all day like, ugh. One more bite, putting syrup on it.
Dude, it's the 24-hour all-you-can-eat place. I'll be here forever.
We almost killed a whole thing of syrup. A whole, IHOP dumper.
Yeah.
Chris puts it in his coffee and shit.
Never ordered that at IHOP, by the way.
Why not? You have an inside
No, the IHOP
story?
dumper?
Oh.
It just sounds like
the hot IHOP dumper.
That's not a...
Comes with a
That'll
lot
never
of
beat
coffee.
the moons over my hammy at
Yeah.
Denny's.
Nope. Anyways, that was my local news.
Local news. Well, that's a bummer. I didn't know that, and I like to go there for breakfast, so...
A lot of people like to go there for breakfast, I thought. Or so I thought.
I guess, maybe it's a trend. People just aren't eating breakfast anymore.
I don't know. It's got me down in the dumps, though.
You know who else is kind of down in the dumps? The people in Kalachi, Kazakhstan.
Whoa.
Every 10th villager is unexpectedly falling asleep in broad daylight, and they're unable to wake up for several days.
What?
What?
Whoa.
Yeah.
No, thank you. That
And
sounds like
it's-
some nerve gas testing.
Something weird's going on.
Yeah.
Just falling asleep?
In broad daylight.
Everybody for days.
What if it's the bus driver?
Oh, I was like, what? The bus driver's doing it?
Over 600 residents. They've been suffering from the so-called sleep epidemic for the past couple years.
Do they know where it comes from, or like, is it like bugs or something that are biting you?
No,
They're allergic to a flower.
it's the world, man.
Supposedly everything from medics, virologists, radiologists, toxicologists, nobody can figure out what's wrong with the people in the village, and then for days they just don't wake up.
God's probably punishing them.
God's probably roofing him. That's what it sounds like.
Roofied by God.
Roofied by God. A documentary.
But really, it's the time traveler's diary.
Roofied by God?
Yeah, because it's the guy that, like, you know, he knows all the people to roofie at the right time so that bad shit doesn't happen. Like, oh, that dude was gonna, you know, blow up the nuclear bomb on Tuesday. I'll
Quick.
roofie him on Sunday.
Yep. You gotta stay ahead of them all.
Just wake up on Wednesday like, what was I supposed to do yesterday? I don't remember.
Something bad. I don't remember what it was.
Well, guess I'll go back to my volunteering and organic farming.
Raising banana nuts.
There's a quote here. The guy's like, if you try to wake him, it seems he wants to open his eyes, but he can't. He's sleeping and sleeping, says Igor Samusensko.
He's slipping and slipping. I like that.
So, but
There's
then
further symptoms include hallucinations. One boy thought he was picking snails off of himself. People have
Ew.
memory loss, dizziness, and nausea.
I know something weird's happening.
Yeah, they feel weak in their legs, like they're heavy, and if they're wearing 100 pair of boots, or like their head was spinning.
I like how they talk. They talk like villagers.
Yeah,
They're like,
they're-
the stones of my ankles are hard.
write that down, everybody. Jeremy's got hard ass ankle stones. Well, I
Just
don't
saying.
like any of that at all. That's so fucking creepy and scary and weird. Like, it sounds like they're zombies or what?
Yeah,
Who knows
Mulder.
what?
We need Mulder.
Sleeping sickness? Isn't that what, like, you know, down in New Orleans, isn't that what they call the zombies or whatever?
Yeah, some doctors are even saying that mass psychosis is to blame. Like, it might just be the whole town is just going crazy.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure, for no reason. That's probably an explanation that is better than some other one that's, like, the real cause.
So take Kalachi, Kazakhstan off your travel plans.
Unless you want to take a nap. You want to go there for a layover for a few days? You're good.
No, man, but talk about a layover, dude. When I left the paradise that is St. Croix,
Yeah.
which was such an amazing journey. I mean, getting to stay at the luxurious Pyramid Villa, where I have heard that JFK and Jackie O once stayed at this house. This was like where they would vacation on island.
Did you get the JFK room?
I do not verify whether or not we did sleep in JFK's bed. I don't know about that part, but
Sounds good.
real cool place. Yeah, property overlooking the ocean, and hopped in a kayak. Not only did the wipe out with the sea urchin,
Yeah.
but then later the second expedition went out with the buddy Illup Gravengard.
Illup?
Illup, yeah.
What's up, Ilip?
He's an alchemist. He's a scent alchemist.
Whoa.
A scent
Makes
like aroma?
perfume.
Yeah, and all kinds of different
all kinds of
alchemical elixirs, like botanical sprays, and like
Does alchemist mean like scientist? Is it like a science of it?
it's like a spiritual scientist.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Oh, okay.
It's like mixing of the elements and like creating
well, it's
different.
like back in the day, an alchemist was like a guy that was trying to like make gold out of like
out of
lead.
lead, yeah.
But yeah, nowadays it's different.
They make gold out of lead?
No, nobody actually did it.
They were just trying to
trying
guys.
so
they were
hard.
trying. They were trying really, really hard.
And that pursuit was called alchemy.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
hmm I think that was just one of the things that they were into, though.
Squeeze
Yes,
it.
one
Squeeze
among
it. Heat it up. Do something.
I don't know. Let's do some magic.
Dump this on it.
Some virgin blood on it.
Is that gold? Bite it.
It's got virgin blood all over it. I don't want to bite it.
Tastes like lead.
I don't know what that tastes like, but I bet it's not good.
Anyway, man, was riding the kayak.
Yeah.
And taking the kayak out into the wind and the waves, like head on, like totally, you know.
Didn't learn your lesson the first time?
No, this one was at least a tandem kayak, you know,
Right,
a little
okay.
like more stable, and you got the manpower to go,
Right.
like get the whole thing done. Wearing life jackets this time too.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got to this beautiful little island called Green Cay. That was just this little wildlife preserve. There's no buildings or any structures on it. And dock up on a little sandy beach, and the whole beach is covered with conch shells. Like the whole beach has conch shells everywhere.
Mm.
Yeah.
And they're broken down to different degrees. You know, some are just the spiral, but some are like... There's a lot of them that are whole shells, and they have a little hole that all shows up in the same spot, like a little bit up the spiral tip.
Yeah.
And you can blow them. You take a little bit of practice, but each one you can kind of play in a certain way, you know, almost like you would a bottle or a little bit like a didgeridoo, and you can kind of get like a tone out of them.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was pretty fun, man, getting this whole thing. And then the trip back, right, like the trip there probably took, I don't know, 45 minutes maybe of pretty hard, consistent paddling. And then the trip back
Barely
felt like it
moving.
was 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It was like, wow, we're not even this is great.
Just racing dolphins on
Yeah.
the way back.
That part's weird about water and wind.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You're just sitting in one spot, pushing all hard, super hard, paddling.
Ugh. Yeah, it's like bummer too. It's like when you do like, oh, we're gonna go rafting for the weekend or whatever, and it's like it just happens to be that like the wind is from the east this weekend, and like you're just the whole time you're just like,
You just want to stay alive.
Right.
yeah, it's like ah. Been on a couple rafting trips where it was like half of it was like that, you know.
Yeah.
That is
Far
fun.
away. Rafting.
Yes.
Yeah, it is very fun.
Super fun.
It's scary and fun.
Yeah.
It's good if you have a good guide.
Yeah.
A good guide can
Yeah.
like, help you.
I only
through
went
the
once,
waters.
and it was a good guide. He was cool.
My guy had like an eye patch and like a fucking hook hand and shit.
Yeah.
The hook hand on the inflatable raft is a little scary.
Yeah, I was like, can this guy really work for these people? You know, but
Remind me not to go with that specific company.
He's all, don't tell about my hand. I usually don't have it out.
Oh, man.
yeah, usually he's got the like, you know, the rubber hand to hide the fact.
Oh, right, but this
Fake
it washed
one.
off. This kind of washed off.
What else is up? What's up? I learned something today. If you are going to do a project with high school students that has to do with balls, don't spray paint the balls blue first.
What type of balls are we talking about here, man?
Golf balls. And so the first thing is somebody's like, blue balls? And then I'm like, oh no. Because now it's just nonstop for the whole class period.
Where do you want me to put my blue balls?
Yeah, blue balls, blue balls.
Oh my god, you should tell them
I
they're
got my
Smurf
blue
heads.
balls. What's that?
You should tell them they're Smurf heads.
Smurf heads.
Just decapitated a bunch of Smurfs. There you go.
There you go. Anyways, don't do it. Don't do blue balls with high school kids.
Probably even with adults, too.
Yeah, for sure.
But I guess it's less awkward with adults.
Yeah, maybe slightly. Or maybe more.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe.
maybe more.
Yeah, I guess it depends. That's a situation by situation thing.
Yeah.
It depends. If there was an adult in the room,
And then the rest kids, yeah, that makes more.
then it would be weird.
I saw those photos, man, from the project. It looked pretty cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
They were doing great.
Yeah.
Different perspective shots and like using the blue golf ball as an example for a different element of the art piece.
Design elements. Yeah, exactly. They had to put it as a focal point in the picture using these different design elements, like using line or using shape or using texture.
Nice.
Yeah, it came out cool.
Yeah, they
Post
look
some of those
cool.
pictures. It's cool. Blue balls are cool.
At least each kid only got one of them.
Yeah. It minimized the jokes.
Yeah, because you can't, you know. I'm surprised none of them teamed up and put two of them together.
Oh, come on.
And none of them did that. None of them went there and teamed up.
No.
And did like the devil.
No, they're pretty good. Like, I talk a lot of shit about them, but they're pretty good kids.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go too far. They're funny sometimes.
Oh yeah.
I had to tell them enough butthole talk today. So that was weird.
That's awkward.
On Blue Balls Day.
Look, we have only time for one awkward body part,
Yeah, exactly.
per day.
And it was super funny because there was another, like, one of the girl students was walking in, like, late.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling the kids, because they were talking about buttholes before class started, right? And they just kept going and kept going.
Gross.
And so then I'm like, yeah, these girls are gross. The guys are, like, just sitting there, like, awkward.
Oh my God.
And the girls are just gross. But, yeah, so the girl walks in, and right when she walks in, I'm going, okay, that's enough with the butthole talk.
Yeah.
And she's all, oh, man. I had so much butthole talk I was going to do. That's where we're at. That's where we're at in our education system.
America.
That's funny.
That is funny. That's super awkward, though. They gotta do that on purpose too. I think. I bet sometimes.
They do awkward stuff all the time.
Yeah, on purpose to fuck with you.
Because I just get weird. I just turn around. I'm like, no, no.
I didn't hear you say that. Nobody said anything.
The most awkward one was this girl was making her puppet, right? Last semester.
Uh-huh.
And she was trying to figure out how to make boobs, right?
Oh no.
And so she's like, she figured it out like at home, right? Like, because we were talking about it before, like how I do it, and then
listen, you gotta try to figure this out at home.
Yeah, yeah, you need help from somebody else.
This ain't decent.
It's getting weird. But so she comes back the next day and she's all, Jeremy, check out my boobs.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then she's all, and it's a total, like, she really didn't think about what she was saying.
Oh no.
And everybody got weird, all at once. And like, I'm super weird because she just said, hey, Jeremy, look at my boobs.
Oh no.
And then I was all, and then she's all, oh, I shouldn't have said it like that.
You're like, yeah.
Then everybody's weird. It's
oh,
awesome.
I want to keep working here.
That's pretty funny.
Oh man, you know what else is pretty funny?
Some
of the world's animal mating practices.
Oh, this is gonna be good. I'm ready for this.
Well, I'm really glad that I haven't landed in this life as a male anglerfish.
Okay.
So you know what the anglerfish is? It's the one from like Finding Nemo with the big crazy
the
glowing light,
the light on
and
its
the
head.
giant scary teeth, and they look like weird vampires.
What do they do?
Oh man.
Ouch.
Well, check it out. It's almost impossible to catch a male anglerfish because they don't exist for that long. When they're born, it's a tiny little creature with no digestive system. And so then it has to swim around, find a female anglerfish as soon as possible, and then it bites her and releases an enzyme from its body that then fuses itself to her, so it basically becomes a parasitic growth or like cyst for the rest of its life, and like a sperm pouch.
Whoa.
What?
Sexy.
And it just becomes a small little bump.
Wow.
And then when the female's ready to reproduce, she like accesses this thing somehow, and that was the male's entire existence. Was like, as soon as it could, it just latched onto her. Like, never let go.
Like, I'm waking up, water to breathe. Okay, I got some kind of a fish. Oh my boy, anglerfish.
It's go time. It's go time.
Latch on.
Yeah. Load it up. Wow. The dad anglerfish, dude. Like, you're getting home a little late, Susie. Let me check your side. What you been out there doing?
Shut up, Dad. Mom should have never let you live.
He's like, oh yeah. Oh, that's funny. I forgot about the digestive part.
That's super crazy. There's more than one species that's, I think, where the male does absolutely nothing and lives for, about 15 minutes, just long enough to, like, impregnate a female and then die.
Yeah, probably. For sure.
What else you got?
Are there anywhere the both people survive at the end?
Oh, yeah. Most of them, both parties survive, and most of them. It's not a bad roll of the dice to be a female garter snake. because when a female garter snake is ready to mate, they release a strong sex pheromone, and then hundreds of male partner snakes gather to her location, and then they all form an intertwined pile of slithering bodies. They just like writhe around in a big mass.
Gross.
And they all
Snake
attempt to
orgy.
mate with her at the same time.
This is gross.
And then this provides the female, she can make her choice of suitors and then stay warm. She's like, that's cool. I'm warm. I'm just chill.
Dude, she should do them all, and then she could get the garter snake world record in one day.
Yes. Yes.
Garter snake world record.
Dude, just garter snakes just
Like
lined
400
up.
garter
Yes.
snakes.
That's what I'm saying, it'd take forever to beat that one,
Go,
That's not one of the kind of things
go.
that, like, you always see real quick snippets of, like, the wildlife,
Yeah.
the rhino humping the other rhino.
I was just going to
or
say
whatever,
a rhino.
Right? But the snake one, that's not the one I ever want to see that ever. Like,
Never. No, I don't want to see that.
that's like, if I'm at a place where I see that that's going on, like, I'm going to grab, the hairspray and the lighter and start fucking burning shit. I'd be like, get those little fuckers.
That's funny.
Because that's not cool. Hundreds and hundreds of snakes writhing around in a pile. Like, you just, you go out to the shed and be like, oh, I'm going to get the charcoal. Ah!
It's like snake orgy.
Yeah, no.
400%.
Fuck that.
Not down with the snake orgy.
Well, also don't get too close to a mating hippopotamus.
Yeah.
Not only are hippos like the most dangerous animal in the world,
Yeah.
they will kill you.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
they can't wait to kill you.
They can't wait to kill you. Even though they're vegetarian, they won't eat you, but they will
They'll
kill
smash
you.
the shit out of you.
And
Just crush your head like a cantaloupe.
Ooh.
they're super territorial
Oh, good.
against all the other hippos,
Uh-huh.
right? And so during mating, the male will empty his bladder and bowels in the water,
Yeah.
and then use his tail like a helicopter to just fling it all over the place to just like scent up the whole area.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like that style.
Yeah.
So don't use the bathtub after the rhinos have been getting busy.
Hippos,
Hippos.
yeah, man, don't do it.
You got a hippo roommate when his girlfriend comes over.
Oh, gross. You're all shit. She's coming over again, dude.
Dude, look, there's no other hippos around. You don't have to do that.
Dude, yeah, you got no threat.
Use a toilet like a normal fucking person. Hippo.
Hippo. I hate people hippos.
Dude, they can never find shoes to wear.
Hippos, it's a tough life. Man, male honeybees, male drone honeybees.
This is one of the things I was talking about earlier.
It is, Jim.
Uh-huh.
It's they don't do very well.
No. Every
After-
bee you've ever seen is a female.
After ejaculation, the male bee's genitals break away from the body and lodge themselves inside the queen's reproductive tract.
Everybody's penis is in her? Gross. That's what they mean by bull of dicks? Gross. That's gross.
Sweet as honey.
Oh, I don't like honey. I love honey. Now I'm all weird on
Now
it.
you hate it.
Now it's weird.
But the males don't live very long after
They
that.
die
No,
after
and they
that.
don't ever leave the hive either. Is the thing it's like
No, they just stay in their room after that. Like, oh, cry.
when they're born they don't leave. Like so when you see bees flying around and stuff, it's always a girl bee. Same with ants too. Like the male ants, same thing.
Yeah.
They're born, they live for 3 weeks or whatever until they're old enough to go have their dick broken off and die.
The praying mantis males also don't fare very well. They're one of the most notorious.
Uh-huh.
They
really do that?
Yeah, they do. Sometimes a hungry or stressed female will bite off the head of the mate during mating. But this is a specific form of rough mating that only occurs less than a third of the time. It used to be thought that they always did it. People thought that that's just what they did.
Yeah.
But less than a third of the time it happens.
Uh-huh.
But so each time the male praying mantis gets a little lucky, he's taking a roll of the dice. Because you got a 1 in 3 chance you're going to get
Three-sided
beheaded
dice.
and get
Well, you just
But
gotta,
the other 2, you're good. You just
Yeah.
mated.
Just 2 smiley faces and 1 fucking
Yeah.
blank.
And 1 mantis with its head eaten off.
well, you just got to do a questionnaire ahead of time. That's all. Like, are you hungry?
Yeah, right?
Are you
stressed out?
Yeah.
I could give you a back massage
Yeah.
while you eat some food.
Yeah. Before we
And
do
then we
this.
can get busy.
Yeah, before we do this, let's do some of that.
Like, here, you eat this soup.
Yeah.
I'll rub your shoulders.
And I roofied this dude. And he's laying here. If you want
So
to,
if you're
if
hungry.
all of a sudden we're doing it and you want to just eat a sandwich, don't bite my head off.
This dude, he's from my work. I sent him to Kazakhstan for the weekend on business.
We got 2 days.
Came back asleep, so
He came back asleep.
you should be good. You need to eat something. Right there, baby.
That's funny.
Well, I don't know if either you would want to be an echidna.
Whoa.
I don't even know what that is.
It's kind of like a porcupine. It has a 4-headed penis.
What? Is there a photo?
Let's see if there is a photo.
What does that mean? It's
That's
like it has
is it
wrinkles on it? It has eyebrows on it?
Hey, baby.
Four-headed penis?
I can't
What
find the
really
photo
could be
at
the
the
point
moment.
of that?
But it, dude, not only does it have a 4-headed penis, it says it works in pairs. So there's only one pair active at the time, and the other pair rests in preparation for the next round.
What? Wait a minute. There's 2
Wow.
couples?
There's 4. It's a 4-headed penis that just takes a break. It works in pairs.
Oh. I get
Like,
it.
Hey,
I
we've
just
been going
thought-
at we've been going at this for a while, baby. Hang on for a sec. I gotta switch them out.
Oh, he's got new ones.
He's interchangeable.
He's on that one sore. This is awesome.
So, how many vaginas does the female have? 'Cause
That's a great question. I don't know.
what the fuck is evolution? I mean,
This brings
we got anglerfish and we got all kinds of crazy shit. But what the fuck is that?
this brings a whole new meaning to the word shocker.
Oh. Give her the porcupine shocker.
Oh.
How about the banana slug? Give you the banana slug.
That
They
just
do it?
Sounds gross.
The
How can they
banana
even do
sponge.
it?
Well, I was not aware of this at all.
Oh, I'm so happy right
Oh
now.
no.
Banana slugs have extremely long penises. Most of them are as long as their own body length, like almost as long as their body.
It's just underneath there?
It's the whole thing. They're
You
just
roll
like
that
one
thing
giant
over?
penis.
It's just a giant dick, yeah.
That's why they're always just like, they just stay
slime and
still.
shit everywhere.
Like when you walk by, it's all pre-cum. This is ridiculous.
Also, they're hermaphrodites. So,
What?
the 2 slugs form this specific arrangement, and then they fertilize one another at the same time.
Like legally, they get their lawyers in. They form this arrangement. Like,
Yeah. But in some cases, so they make a specific, like, they have one position,
Yeah.
and they
Well, I
inseminate
would
each other
imagine-
at the same time. Because they're
oh,
hermaphroditic, so they mutually, like, impregnate each other with their giant body, long penises.
Oh,
Hey, dude, man, I'm tired. I'm tired of doing it with myself. You
We're
want
going
to do me a solid?
you want to do me solid? Let's flip this around.
And then, in some cases,
I'm tired of having my own kids. I want to have some of yours.
I want to mix up the gene pool.
it can get stuck. The penis can get stuck.
Oh, you need
Oh!
a little tiny bucket.
The solution is that the other slug, then just chews it off.
Oh, like I'm
It's
out.
temporary.
I'm out. Peace out. Good luck. Good luck out there.
Oh, you want to slug BJ now?
Slug PJ. Seems like it'd be cool.
Well, you'd be pregnant. You'd be having some slug babies.
Oh, next time you went pee, it would just be slug babies. coming out.
Oh. Wow.
What took you so long, Jeremy? You're lucky I came back.
Yeah. I'm a little traumatized.
Oh man, is there anyone that like in this article that you have here? Is there anyone that just like they both enjoy it, or
There are
nobody chews anything off?
there are a pair of birds that like kiss, kind of like humans, but
Oh,
they do
okay.
like barf back and forth into each other's mouths too.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, humans do that too.
Yeah,
What?
that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, right?
That's cool, right?
That's cool.
But
That's
porcupines,
horrible. I don't wanna
porcupines
do
are
that
down,
either.
man. Porcupines, they have a real cool move.
They better.
Yeah, they just go like this. Look at this, baby. 4.
No, it's not a porcupine.
That dude was like a porcupine.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, that was the echidna.
He's like, hey, look, baby, I'm an echidna.
Yep, it's true.
They just take turns. They just tap out. But
Just doing her echidna style.
So what do porcupines
man,
do?
Porcupines, male porcupines will stand up and they do this dance. They get up on their hind legs. I remember seeing this video
This is
like
awesome.
a long time ago. It's really good. You got to see the
Whoa.
porcupine dance video. They get up on their hind legs and dance back and forth. Basically, like
let 'em know what's
they
up.
hypnotize them. They do a little like woo. They get up. They shake it back and forth a little bit. Then the females look at him like, yeah, what's up? This is,
What are
this
you
is kind of
doing?
cool. It pees rapid fire in her face like a sprinkler. It goes boom, 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 and like shoots her all over.
Like she's blind now?
Yeah, and then she like gets shot all in the face. And then
It just
she's
rapes
like,
her.
if she's cool with it, yeah, then like if she doesn't just run away, he just runs up and like gets her right then. Like as soon as she doesn't run or something, or maybe even if she does run, he just like as soon as he pees on her face, he's
No, that's
in
it.
for it. Yeah.
That stands up in porcupine court. That's consent.
Yeah.
Dude, I pissed all over her face.
Judge,
She
look at
stood
her
there.
face. She smells like pee.
She just stood there. You know whose pee that is, Judge?
That's
me.
I rest my case.
I ain't no echidna. It only came from one place, right here.
The chin that would be getting loose with that.
Just blinding the whole, like, all the way down the block.
Biting himself and shit in the process.
He's like, it's cool, man. I'm used to it. I can still drive. Come on, ladies.
Oh, echidna.
We got room for 3 more over here.
Oh. I'm so happy that I know that and I didn't before.
Oh my god. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Is there another one? Is there any more
Oh.
of those animal ones that are interesting?
No, I don't have anything else about animals, but I do have more things about urine.
Urine.
I'll get more pee.
Urine.
I'm in?
Urine.
Some women in ancient Rome drank turpentine because it made their urine smell like roses. They would drink
Right
turpentine.
before they died?
No, just because they wanted their
Yeah.
pee to smell like roses.
Isn't that poison? Doesn't that kill you?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. You're like, it smells like roses. Gdunk.
Yeah. Better than piss.
When they found me dead, face down in pee, at least it smelled like roses.
But shoot, I pooped.
Damn, they're gonna think I'm a hippo around here.
Dude, every year in Canada, 225 men die doing what? Urinating. So somehow, 225 men every year in Canada die urinating. What is it that they're doing?
What are they doing wrong?
Yeah, how are they dying? How are they dying
Peeing
while
into
they
their own
pee?
mouth.
No. Drowning? No, peeing on electrical fences.
Yes.
Good guess, but you got it right with the first one. Peeing off their boat and falling into the water.
And drowning.
And drowning.
Oh.
225 Canadians every year succumb to peeing off a boat.
Well, he had his
death.
pants around his ankles, eh? You see?
Just the full drop, like standing on the bow of the
Yeah.
sailboat, full pant drop,
Because I'm
dude.
imagining it's the Gorton
Super
fisherman.
high waves. Oh, yeah.
With the yellow jacket and the hat and the pants, and so like, then he's got the yellow pants around his ankles with the big rubber boots. And
That's a sad statistic. That's a sad statistic.
It's
That's a sad statistic.
I mean, that's like what 40% of the Canadian population or something, right?
Right. Man, in ancient Rome, the spies used urine as invisible ink to write secrets in between the lines of the official documents. And then when the documents was heated, they would be able to read the messages. And that was the origin of the saying, read between the lines.
Ooh.
So they would write
I
secret
like that
messages
one.
in pee, and then you'd have to warm the paper up, and then it'd show.
Every time I walk by this cell, it smells like burning pee. Your captors are like, what the fuck?
Hot piss.
Like, Can we have some more candles? And
In
water?
jail. And water.
Well, check out these differences in volume, man. It would take
Oh.
a dozen mice a whole day to fill a tablespoon with urine.
That's
Because
a
they just
horrible image.
a dozen mice peeing into a tablespoon.
All day long?
I like that.
Yeah. And an elephant can urinate 13 gallons in a day.
Oh. That's
Just
a horrible image, too.
Drowning those mice. They're just shooting out. It looks like a tsunami. Yellow tsunami. Floating by.
Mini.
Just one white glove. That's all that's left.
Well, tortoises, man. Tortoises have a really efficient setup. They, in the Mojave Desert, they store up to a third of their body weight in urine, but then when they are dehydrated and they need water, they use it again and then reprocess the waste. They can just like pull, they have a giant bladder, and so they just like, whoop, reuse it, their kidneys flush it out again, and then they put it back into their
Wow.
Get a little more
system.
stuff out
Get
of
a
it.
double dose, yeah.
A little more play.
Just filter the bilge pump.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they're doing. Cave rats make trails throughout the caverns that are like their UV trails. They just follow the trail. They're just the whole way. They're just like leaving a little tinkle like all the way,
Yeah.
so they know their way back.
I've seen like footage of like people that like you throw the UV light on it actually, and you can see the trails. It looks like slug trails. It's super gross.
Oh, just rat balls dragging through the carpet, leaving a UV trail.
Bro, animals are fucking gross.
No, at least piss on some breadcrumbs. Nasty ass rat. Just dragging it. Ew.
Or the hippo, or the the ones where they eat the other people and
Yeah. Or
Animals
rip
just
off the
gross.
genitalia and cram it in them.
yeah, or like if it gets stuck in my butt, I'll just chew it off.
I never heard a banana slug talking about his butt before. That's the first time. That's awesome.
You should hang out with them more. They're pretty.
How many dicks do you have chewed up in your butt? Fucking banana slug.
I got a few back there.
Now I see why they call you banana slug.
Man. And people are gross too, but like for the most part,
Oh, wait.
people do. They're at home. Animals are
They're
just,
behind closed doors.
yeah, animals are just out kicking it with the other animals.
Yeah.
Like, oh here, we're gonna do this gross thing right now.
Yeah. I've seen some humans do some gross stuff out in public.
Yeah, you're right. Touche.
Touche.
Oh man, how'd you be down to be a pilgrim? You get home after a nice hot day of work, and you want to take a shower. You got to reach for the chamber lye. That's what they made.
Uh-huh.
It was a special kind of soap by letting urine sit in a barrel and then mixing it with ashes.
Oh.
That's your soap. Here you go.
I think dumb people were in charge of a lot of stuff.
Oh, those are the same people that built the plumbing in Seattle.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow. Like,
Totally.
what?
Urine and ashes.
Yeah, they're just like, I'm almost out of ashes. Better head down to the mortuary or wherever you get ashes at. Put some piss on it, and then I'm going to take a shower, finally. I reek.
And, they're probably not that far from the lake either, where you could just go
Yeah, like take a bath.
in the
Yeah.
lake.
Stop putting piss on yourself.
Well, there's hippos in there,
Damn
so...
pilgrims.
Yeah. Well, the Chinook Indian tribe used to make Chinook olives. That's what they call them. They would soak acorns in urine for about 5 months.
That was for the white man.
Oh.
They're-
Yeah.
You want some
There's a
olives?
special treat.
Yeah, here you go. Guests only.
We come in peace.
Well, hey, the European bakers, man, they used to use it to make their bread rise before they
Are you
discovered yeast.
kidding?
Before they discovered yeast, but also
they know they're eating it.
Also, think about how much cleaner your urine used to be. Because your food was so directly sourced. It wasn't you were like eating a bag of Doritos and chasing it with a Mountain Dew
Oh, that piss tastes so
You know?
gross.
Like, that's so awful, the chemicals that are going through.
It doesn't even
when
sound...
you're eating, like, a head of celery, or, like, a head of
Right, yeah, it's just
cauliflower,
fresh.
and, like, the
Goat
the
cheese.
the goat cheese and the goat that you raised.
Right.
I don't think your urine was, like, as awful of a thing. And the French women in the...
I'm still cool on that, though.
Yeah. French women used to use it as a beauty regimen. They would either use their own or puppy urine.
I do that for my feet in the shower.
That's the thing. Kills
It
athlete's
works.
foot, man.
It
Or,
works,
like, just
man.
takes care of you, yeah.
My feet are like a baby's butt.
I don't know how to take that. Like they're real smooth?
I just skipped
I
4
hope.
things I wanted to say right there. I skipped 4 things. That was weird.
That's a lot of skips.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have any skips left.
No.
You used them all up.
Oh, this is the best one. This is the best one I've ever heard.
I'm so excited.
Okay.
Can't skip this one, Jeremy.
No.
The Inuit, real crafty, they would catch wild reindeer by covering the top of a pit with thin slabs of ice, and then they would urinate in a
Around it.
line up to it, because the reindeers are attracted to urine because the salt is so scarce, and so they eat all kinds of animals
Eat the
urine in
yellow
the snow.
snow.
Yeah, they do. They need the minerals, right?
Wow.
And so they dig a hole in the ice. They dig a hole, put a little sheet of ice on top,
Just piss.
and then pee in a line up to the hole. And so they do Roadrunner and Coyote. Like the reindeer just eats the yellow snow up and and then falls into a pit.
Their Acme hole digger.
Then they all come just piss on them. Sucker! Just to get that marinade. Because they use it for marinade after they use it. They use the
they need the
piss
salt
soap.
too.
Yeah, they use the piss soap to wash it first, and then they piss on it, and then they heat up some piss and drink it to get ready for the piss. It's so weird. It's like the weirdest thought. Like, who thinks of that? These heathens.
Ugh.
Well, hey man, you ever have foamy? Is it ever foamy? You got foamy pee?
Foamy like in the toilet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to try to foam up the top when I was a kid. That was like the goal.
It says it could be a sign of proteins in the urine. So if the body's filtration system is damaged, usually from diabetes or hypertension, protein molecules enter the urinary stream. So you're like, you don't want it. You don't want foamy.
I wanted to cover the whole top every time.
Like it was bubble bath.
Yeah. That was when I was a kid, though. So
Yeah, when I was a kid, I always used to like if someone left any toilet paper in there, I'd love to fucking try to make it blow it up in little pieces.
Wow.
That was fun.
Oh, shoot it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like shooting the poop off the side. I mean, I don't know. You guys are gross. You guys are gross.
Whoever thought something gross, you're gross.
God shouldn't have gave us those ray guns if he didn't want us to shoot stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I know I'm with the Porcupines on this one.
Don't you? Can you imagine if you just ran up to a girl and pissed in her face and then you just you just wait for a second? You just wait for a second, like,
Pounce.
what's up with that? Like, are you into it?
What, are we doing this?
Dude, bars would be fucked up.
Oh.
Bars would be fucked up.
Oh man, just watch out in animal bars. Animal bars in general. Animal bars.
I want to draw that picture right there.
Who's behind the bar? Who's the bartender at the animal bar?
I don't know, somebody mellow. It's
Yeah.
like
The echidna.
it's somebody that can get you, though. They can get you, like a badger, but it's like, he's not hyper and gnarly, but he'll get you if he has to. He has to get you out.
Wolverine.
Wolverine, but are they crazy all the time?
I think they might be a little pissed all the time.
Yeah, I think he's drinking at the bar. He's playing pool or something.
I was thinking something big like a horse or something.
Yeah.
Or a lion.
I could see it being a horse.
The horse
Or
is
a
the bartender.
jackass with a little bat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't go in there.
Oh
In
man.
that bar?
No, don't go there.
In Oregon, a 21-year-old man urinated into an uncovered reservoir, and the state flushed 8 million gallons of water.
Oh, so you don't drink his piss?
Yep.
It's uncovered though. They know about birds, right?
Yeah, it was a controversial move, I guess. But
Yeah,
they ended up
'Cause you
flushing.
know how much bird poop is in that?
Yeah,
That's fucking dumb.
Yeah, that is dumb.
8 million gallons of water.
Yeah, that doesn't even make sense. You need to send that to California or something, don't
and
you?
then, yeah, and then when they tried to collect more from the rain, the state was going to fine them.
Totally.
The state already had their paws in that whole reservoir.
Give us your rain barrels.
That's what they confiscated all the rain barrels and filled the reservoir back up.
Well, you know here's a little refreshment for you. Urine therapy, or drinking one's own urine, is very popular in several countries. In Germany, nearly about 5 million people regularly drink the liquid. In China, about 3 million. Singers Jim Morrison, John Lennon, and Gandhi were also advocates. Boy George did for 6 months.
Was that really his urine?
Ew. Get it imported.
Just handed his assistant a jar.
But he couldn't. Boy George.
Some Perrier and a jar.
What were you saying?
Boy George could not have gone to Cameroon because drinking urine's a crime.
Yeah.
Punishable for time in jail. Yeah, put time in jail. They'll put you in jail. If you drink pee, you're going to jail.
Wow.
I lumped
How
up
do they
my
know
wife.
that, though? What, are they going to test your pee?
4 more, for traces of more pee?
Yeah. You have a little too much pee in your pee.
You're going to jail for a long time.
Little suspicious.
Pee perv.
So, how much pee have you had tonight?
Oh, it was on my own, officer, I swear.
Yep, I'm gonna need you to get out of the car. They just porcupine drew it. Sorry. I don't know why you had to do that. But I am gonna call it porcupining from now on.
Every time you pee in someone's face.
Every time, yes. Oh,
You got
man.
porcupine! Ah!
Oh, that's a lot of pee.
Oh, yeah, man. That was a lot.
That's a lot of
There was,
urine.
that wasn't even all of it, but that was... Woo!
We
Woo!
made it through that.
That was a ride.
Dude, there's the MF Doom song that's all about pee, and it's so good. Because he was like trying to think in the song, he talks about trying to think of something that's like an original topic that people don't rap about. And he says, that's Vats Of Urine. And so then he breaks it all down, the whole thing.
Gross.
It's funny. Check it out,
You should
kids.
check it out.
Check it out. MF Doom.
Don't, because that sounds gross.
Check it out.
I don't advocate checking that out. He also has lots of songs that are about food, which are delicious.
MF Doom.
So, maybe check those out instead. That's my advice, kids.
MF Doom.
Behold, y'all, the digital vats of urine.
Drink up, bitches! Taste our liquid gold.
You must respect yourself. Forced you wreck yourself.
Hey man, you made a run!
Yes, it is, for I am a rap god from beyond the moon.
Everybody talking about pistols, Gats is boring. He came with a new topic to flip you, Vats of Urine. All pro, check the stats, his style scoring. While you at it, double check that crystal you're pouring. Born of the pleads and needs of peeing geniuses. Broads don't see it since they don't got these conveniences. Thank God you's not a hoe in the studio. When you gotta go, you gotta go. Before you flow, make sure you practice or you're losing. You don't wanna miss and let the cactus get to oozing. If any contestant splash, she's disqualified. Even if one drip should slide down the bottle side. Put a bum in an even better pickle. Reality show, how far will you go to get a nickel? Let alone a buck. Listen by the window, you can hear them moaning, yuck. Remember, tomorrow is garbage day. It's not the kind of stuff you wanna save and harbor away. Once it gets ripened and fermented, it takes on a bouquet that I should say is naturally scented. Tempted by an empty can of Guinness, or waiting until we get there, say 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah, when it's fresh, it's sterile. Some say digestible, even edible. If you were stranded out to sea alone and in trouble, survive dehydration, guzzle your own cupful. Someday you may even show your son how to use it to make potassium nitrate for gunpowder. Funded by friends of ours who's generous. Join us next time when we discuss disgusting enemas.
He's like a rap god. He's like a big log that you find in your toilet.
For real.
Bow down and suck his knee.
And I am about to kick it all up in here.
Stand by for kicking!
I am the kicker, not you. You kick elsewhere.
This sucks, man. I'm bored.
Me too.
What you know about Exhibit?
Ooh. Exhibit? Oh, yeah. I forgot about Exhibit. I wonder what he's doing. What's he up to these days? You know what he's up to these days?
Well, you know what he was up to not too long ago was Pimp My Ride.
Oh, hell yeah. That's his whole thing. That's right, Ken. That made him.
Was that the show where like they make your car cool?
Yeah, they make it awesome. They put every single thing in it. We'll say that.
Oh,
Anything and everything you could imagine.
like Mr. Coffee on the dash and shit.
Totally.
Yeah,
They
you want that?
Yep.
Is that what you want?
Yep. They would.
I'm gonna pimp your ride.
Cotton
Right.
candy machine in the trunk, like they
Yeah.
open the trunk. Cotton candy machine like, rolls up.
Just whip it up.
Popcorn, like
I
cannons.
want that, but with like some elves back there to run the machine. That's what I want.
Totally, like
Well,
cranking
probably
levers,
the
man.
new season will be like that, probably. This is old. When
2004, man.
reality shows were just coming out, little babies. Exhibit had a show.
Here was the premise was simple. Take a kid with a beat up car, have the rapper Exhibit make a massive, ridiculous upgrade on the car. The theme song explained it all in a few lines. So you want to be a player but your wheels ain't fly? You got to hit us up and let us pimp your ride.
Oh damn!
Oh no, he did.
But it
Hella
turns out
Dotson's coming through.
it turns out that it wasn't all it was cracked up to be, man. Some claims are coming in that the contestants went through some pretty horrible times. What? Like, in the show, it looks like the car is getting worked on for maybe a week.
Yeah, they hurry up.
They're like, whoop, whoop, oh yeah, we did this,
Zip,
and this,
zap.
we did this thing, whoop, zoop, zippity's out!
Zippity's out.
Exhibit!
Making my dreams come true.
And then it's showing the kid and doing the backstory and like, I'm on the basketball team.
Yeah, the whole montage.
But it turns out that was actually sometimes up to like 6 months.
Dang! So I'm late to practice, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Where's my pimp? Where's my ride pimped?
And MTV would take like they would give them a credit of like a month for a rental car. And so
Okay.
they had like a month of a rental car paid for. Like, okay, yeah, we're gonna take your car and fix it. We'll pay you for a month of a rental car. You're like, oh, that's cool. I'm
Yeah,
getting
that's
around.
rad.
And then like 6 months later, so you had to foot the bill for 5 months of a rental car
From
And so you're
MTV?
like, yeah.
What? Fuck you, Viacom. You fucking pay for my fucking rental car.
You're pimping my ride.
Yeah, that's
You came to
bullshit.
pimp my ride, okay?
No dude with the shitty car, no show.
I'm helping you out, buddy.
And so then they started. There's rumors that they started or accusations, I should say. that
Yeah.
They started meddling with kind of people's lives for the script. Like one guy that even told him to break up with his girlfriend because they wanted it for the plot line.
They need the
that
drama.
that the car got him so cool that now he wanted to be a player. They told him to do that, and because or they're like, she can't be on the show,
Yeah.
or you have to do this. And he's like, what? That's weird. And I think they just chose to not have her on the show.
Right. Because we want to market it like you're going to be a player after you got this car.
Yeah.
That's
Because he's
tripped
getting
out.
his ride pimp.
Yeah, it's worth it. Sorry, baby. You can't be on the show. Even though they're going to be at our house for a whole year. But you just have to pretend you don't live here. And are invisible.
And then sometimes, man, the additions that they put into these cars, like crazy drop-down TV screens, or
Cotton candy machines and
cotton
shit.
candy machines. That was one. That was literally
Really?
one. Yes,
Yeah.
that was literally.
Wow,
a
does
thing.
it play circus music and shit?
Probably.
That's awesome.
For sure.
But the kid they did that to was kind of offended because they even fat shamed the kid. They made it in the story because he was the kind of heavy set or whatever.
They're all make you a cotton candy machine in your back of your
Oh,
car.
Porky
buddy.
wants a candy machine.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You could just sit back there all day. You don't even have to drive.
Hey, fat boy, you want a big bass trap back here? No, I bet you want a candy machine.
When they shot the before footage, they had candy strewn all over the floor. And he says they planted it. He's like, I didn't even have that, but they made it look like my car was a slob, and then I just had candy all over my car.
I hate watching McCallets.
Right. It's like some now and laters, you know?
Dude, now laters suck. I hate those things.
There was one that was a pop-up champagne contraption, and there was a drive-in theater that they set up inside of a car. But then they ended up removing all that stuff.
A drive-in theater?
Yeah, they say they built a drive-in theater inside of a car.
So your friends can drive their car into your car? Hey, you guys should come over to my house and drive into my car and watch a movie.
Like a damn banana slug.
Or what if...
Come park in my car. I'm tired of parking in my own car.
what if the car itself was the drive-in movie? So you'd have like a pop-up screen
Yeah,
and a
in
projector
front of
that
you.
would shine
Yeah.
on, and then, like seats that would come out or something.
Yeah,
Like, you
okay.
just drive
Makes
your
the
car
outdoor living room.
and like turn it into a driving movie.
Dude,
They would do shit like that.
that's a cool transformer. They should have that.
And then they would also do things totally for the appearance without any structural or like engineering planning. And so they put like 24-inch spinner rims on the 77 Cutlass, and then they ended up like anytime the guy would drive, he would like drift all over the place and like sway side to side. And when he bounced, like the wheels would like rub on the wheel. He had to replace his tires after like 200 miles.
Oh my god. Wait, and so they took all the like home theater thing out of the car?
Yep, because
So
they said it was
they're done-
unsafe for road conditions. They couldn't actually leave it for him to drive with.
So they're done driving, or done filming their show where they did this cool thing to the car. And then you can't have it in your car anymore?
Yeah, they would just take it out.
That's fucked up. Why would you even have the show? I guess make money.
To make money, yeah.
And then I guess some of them too, like the backseat TV screens, it would show like these pop-up crazy backseat TV.
Uh-huh.
They didn't actually work. Like they never actually worked. They usually just had like one display image or like screensaver, but they were never like hooked to any kind of anything
It's just
video feed. It was just like boop,
Windows logo bouncing around.
Like, right. They're just like the one screenshot, and then I just like leave it on there. And Jeremy's pulling up all these photos of
He's got his photo of Exhibit. He's eating a car.
He's
Riding a car. He has half his sweatshirt on. He's flexing one arm.
Like he's Truckosaurus.
That is awesome. He was living the life right there, man.
Yeah, with all that money.
That dude came out here with $500 and lived in a car, dude. Give him some props. Give him his props.
See, because he kept all the money probably when they were like, oh, Exhibit will give them the money for their rental cars.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make sure they get that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, this show is tight.
Here's the other 5 months of your car rental.
I came out here with $500 and a beat-ass Vega.
Now I drive a Lambo.
Now I got my own show, driving Lambos.
I eat cars for breakfast. Crunch.
You eat cars for breakfast?
No.
So on one, they would leave all kinds of mechanical problems. So like they paint some car this crazy like 3D airbrushed like lightning strike paint job,
Right.
But then the hood hinge is rusted through, and like the hood's about to fall off, and they didn't even care. They like wouldn't fix the hinge.
No, but they
All
just painted it before. They're like, we already painted it. What do you want us to do?
I guess
Paint
there
it
was
again.
one car that had like a hole in the side of its muffler, like it sounded horrible, and so then they just put tips on it and said, "Oh man, this is some custom exhaust, man. Listen to that movement, like that rumble. It's all good." They just like put the custom tips on and like left the hole in the side of the muffler.
Dude, they're just shysters.
He's just revving it. He's like, yeah.
Doesn't that sound badass, dude?
Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks, MTV. You guys are the best.
Thanks, Exhibit. You're awesome.
Can I get a selfie with you?
And then he goes
Nah,
with his
dude.
like pimped out car. He can't pass emissions test, you know.
I can't even like make it home.
Yeah, it doesn't pull up. The TV catches on fire when you're in the emission. The fish tank breaks.
In local news today, DMV emissions testing site caught on fire.
And then they would put like so much extra equipment, so much like heavy extra equipment in there, but they wouldn't bump up the suspension. So every time they would bottom out all the time over the tiniest bump.
Yeah, put like giant amps in there with the big magnet fridge. You got your SUV with the full size fridge in the back or something. That's what I want.
That's what you want.
But then I want it to pop out to a home theater.
Oh, then some of the show was really famous for its freakouts, right? Like when they would do the reveal, like people that would see their new car would really freak out. Oh my god, and like jumping up and down, and like freaking out,
Screaming.
Yo, your boy Exhibit.
Yeah, licking Exhibit's face.
They'd be like, if they're jumping up and down, they're like putting their hand on the shoulder, like don't jump up and down too hard because my shit's gonna fall off the car. Just like shaking the ground.
Well,
Don't
really, there's a dude claiming that they put your hand on the shoulder for a different reason. That Big Mike or Mad Mike, there was some guy named like Big Mike on the show.
Yeah,
there was maybe the construction boss, like the
sounds like a construction boss.
Design lead,
like the welder guy or something.
Yeah, whatever, the crew guy. He pulled the dude aside and didn't like his reaction because the guy like loved it, but his personal way to be wasn't to like jump up and down and scream, you know. And this big guy puts his arm around him, walks him aside, and is like, "We need you to be a little more excited." And they like filmed it a few times, and you get like,
yeah,
we're gonna need you to really like, you're gonna have to step up your game.
You're gonna have to pump this one up, big guy.
You have to pump this up, buddy.
Wow, dude, it's like some mobster shit.
Man, it's Exhibit, man. That's real life, kid. A Vega and $500, man.
We're gonna need you to be a little more enthusiastic. You understand?
Do you understand me?
Do you understand me? You like all 10 fingers?
I'm looking up Big Mike Pimp My Ride and see what's up.
I don't know. He might just reach out of the computer screen and punch you.
Ooh. Lame.
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 And then a lot of like the backstories and stuff are pretty much fabricated, you know.
That'd be fun writing job.
But I think probably a lot of these reality shows has got to be pretty similar stuff going on, I'd imagine. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Can't just be Exhibit's show.
That's the reality in reality TV, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, that it's all made up.
So, but everybody seems to have a general overall good review of the process. They're like, hey, even though this sounds kind of like a real shit show, like it was fun and it lasted for a while. And then my car broke, but it was real cool while it lasted. A couple of the dudes say they got pulled over all the time because their car got just like way too much attention.
Yeah.
So it went to them get going like multiple times a day. They would get pulled over like every time they took the car out. Cops would just be like, hey, what's up with you? Like,
what's
you
up?
just looked so out of place. You know.
You got some cotton candy?
Yeah, you got cotton candy flying down the freeway.
You got any popcorn back there?
Yeah.
You got a health card?
Yeah. And 2 churros.
The churro bar. It's like a food truck. But everybody
it's
has
just RV. They just put deep fat fryer in the back.
right in the sink.
Yeah. You can't go too fast; it gets a little wobbly.
Everybody loved Exhibit, though, man. One guy made a quote. He took down the story. This is Jake Glazier. He had the best interaction with Exhibit. This is a quote from, I don't remember why he brought it up, but we were just kind of talking about what we were doing that weekend. And he said, he's going down to hell to kill the devil so he can make some Satan skin boots.
That's what Exhibit said?
That's Exhibit's answer. That's what I'm doing this weekend.
I think that's Exhibit talk for I'm ripping you off.
Yeah.
With a free Pimp My Ride. You're about to get pulled the fuck over. I'm going down to what?
I'm going down to hell to kill the devil and make some Satan skin boots. That's what I'm doing this weekend.
Just because he came to California with $500 in a bag. Now he's like Superman. He's gonna kill the devil.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Exhibit. Did he go down? Did he ever come back? I never heard about him after that show.
No,
Doesn't sound like he made it back.
Oh.
Man, I hope he never kicks down that door behind you with devil skin boots on.
Now I just want to see the picture of the devil wearing Exhibit skin boots. So awesome. That weekend was a
Just
bitch.
gold teeth on him.
I'd like to see it both ways. I want to see the Exhibit wearing the devil boots with like just a little red devil face.
Yeah, horns and shit.
Little beard on the toe.
Yes.
With the half a
With the
sweatshirt.
tail off the back of the heel.
Ooh.
Devil skin boots. It has a hoof heel.
Yeah.
Oh.
It leaves a mark, like a devil mark.
Or like a, what is it called?
Hoof print.
No, the thing that's like a porcupine.
Armadillo.
Amarillo.
We're close. We're close.
Armadillo.
Echidna.
Echidna. Like,
Echidna.
yeah.
Echidna,
There's-
yeah.
A print like a echidna.
A print, like how they do it with their penis.
Yeah.
The four-pronger,
A little
dude.
4-prong.
Pogo sticking on the 4-pronger.
Hey, Exhibit, what do you do this weekend?
Man, I'm going down the hill, kill a devil, and wear some snake and skin boots.
I was going to pogo stick on the 4-pronger.
Yeah. If there's still time left.
There's still time. We'll go to Home Depot.
Oh, man. That was good. Exhibit. I'm sorry, Exhibit.
I'm not. He ripped people off, man. That's
I'm
lame.
sorry. He didn't rip. He's not the man.
Oh, like he didn't know.
Dude, he had $500 and how many times I gotta say this?
I don't know. It's been like 6 or 7 by now.
He's not the man. The man was puppeteering him. Like, hey, take off half your sweatshirt and flex in this picture. Hey, bite on this toy car. Just do it. You want to go back to that Vega boy?
We got it right here in storage for you.
Yeah. We're saving it for as soon as you don't dance. Poor Exhibit.
Oh man, he signed that contract, dude.
He did.
got in on
Hell
it.
yeah,
in
he
on it.
did. They're like, hey, you want to sign this contract? And he's
They're
like,
like,
what?
Plus, we're not really going to do anything good, so we're going to save a lot of money. Awesome. Screw. I believe you'll find all this in order.
2 more pairs of boots. Cha-ching!
Yeah.
It's got a collection of Satan skin boots.
They're all, you came here with $500? We'll give you $1,000.
$1,000?
$1,000? What? Right now? Holy shit. Where do I sign? Punk ass Vega? I'm about to pimp my ride. Wow. Hey, if you don't know that show, kids, you need to look it up. Pimp My Ride. Is that right?
Yeah, but don't ever try to get on it, it sounds like.
Well, it's over.
Oh yeah, because he disappeared. He never came back from hell.
No, he's still in hell. Republicans are laughing.
Oh, Muffy, look at Exhibit down there.
Nobody listens, honey.
I told him.
Shouldn't have gone with a cotton candy machine.
Look at, he tries to grab the money before it burns.
Watch this one. Watch this one.
Oh, Dad, put that out.
Oh man.
Fuck.
No.
Those assholes.
No, I like
Up in heaven.
Exhibit.
Yeah, I'm on his side. Those people deserve what they got.
Make friends with them on Facebook.
They had fun, man. Everybody liked it. In the end, everybody liked it.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Big Mac will kill you if you don't fucking
Yeah,
like it.
there, you liked it, right?
I really liked it.
You really liked it, yeah.
I'll even-
He does his head for you. He's all up and down. You really liked it, right? How much?
Just squeezing.
How much?
Squeezing the back of your head.
Like,
Let's
big.
see how much.
Lots big. It's farther than I can reach.
Lots big.
Lots big. You're just scared.
Yep.
You're like, I'm pissing and shitting like a horny hippo over here.
Can I just play that on loop, Jeff? That line.
I'll say whatever you want.
Oh my god, that was funny. I'm shitting like a horny hippo over here. Step back. I'm about to do the helicopter with this.
Oh, it's been a very dirty episode.
Yes, I like it. Those animals, man. Bunch of animals.
An animalistic episode.
Whew. A lot of piss and shit.
Oh, yeah.
That is funny.
Well, we don't always go down that route, but sometimes you never know. And realistically, what we're doing is experimental radio. We call it underground comedy. And we may come in with certain ideas, and you're going to get a completely different experience, but it's always real and it's always raw.
Yeah.
Fart.
I was trying to say yeah. Fart? Fart humor?
I just wanted to say that.
On the next
Boobs.
episode. Fart boob shit. That's not funny.
Sure it is. Well,
All right. We're going to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Wrapping it up.
So, yeah, check us out. Candy Teeth Radio Facebook page. You're going to get a lot more bonus material. We post episode or photos and links for things that we talk about in each episode. If you want to see what we're each up to, I'm Daniel Martin.
I'm Jeremy Gregory.
I'm Jeffrey Weig.
And we're Candy Teeth Radio. We're going to keep it coming at you. Stay alive.
Stay alive.
Fart on my fart. Fart on my fart. Candy Teeth Radio. Candy Teeth Radio. Candy Teeth Radio. Episode 16. Stay alive.
I'm pissing and shitting like a horny hippo over here.